So this video is all about me and how I don't trust myself. If you clicked on this video because you want to see the worst in humanity and you want to see me say something bad about other people, you can go ahead, hit the dislike button, and kick rocks, man. So I'm an idiot, but I'm not dumb. I do dumb things, but I'm not stupid. I typically know what I'm getting myself into when I know that it's not the right thing to do. I know the consequences, I know the possible outcomes. It's what typically makes me more cautious than most of my friends, but I still do it most of the time. The reason I bring that up and say that is because one of my bigger goals for this whole YouTube channel world thing, I really want this channel to be a review channel to a degree. Through the evolution of me riding a motorcycle, there's always been products that I've got my hands on where I'm like, why isn't the motorcycle community more in tune to this idea? One of them in particular being the Apple Watch. I remember when I first bought my iPod Nano. The Nano had a watch clip that you could wear it as a watch, so like for people who do exercise and stuff that I don't do, it was a lot better than taking around your entire freaking iPhone or iPod, which back in the day were about this bigger than the 9, which is pretty big. But when the Nano came out, it was a glimmering hope of the future from what I saw for possibilities when it comes to riding a motorcycle. At the time, I had no idea Sennas were even a thing. I don't even know if they were a company at the time. They probably were. Again, I'm dumb, but I'm not stupid. So after the Nano came out with the watch band, and you see this glimpse of the future and possibilities, I knew that an Apple Watch was right around the corner. And ironically enough, the Apple Watch came out 6 months after I moved to Chicago for the first time. And the reason why it was such a big deal to me is because I was walking around the city I didn't know. I wanted to have maps on my phone. I wanted to be able to communicate. I don't want to grab from my phone and look, again, different time, different era. This was what, 2014? So you stop and you have to look at your phone to check your messages, whatever. I could just see on my watch, okay, so-and-so's texting me, it's not important. I could see the maps, it's giving me, it's giving me information. One of the main reasons I wanted to grab the original Apple Watch is because of the map features. The map features had haptic feedback that would tell you to turn left or right, and it would start pulsing faster the closer you got to your turn. It was amazing. It was I don't know. It was such a dramatic leap forward for technology, in my opinion. And I thought it was absolutely perfect for people on motorcycles who don't want to have a giant iPhone in your face. Which even back then, the battery life on an iPhone, as soon as you try to use the maps on it, it would kill your battery in 30 minutes. This is the new Apple Watch SE. It can tell you if you're having a heart attack. If you watch the video where I gave back the live wire and Kyle drags me to the floor, we did that 4 or 5 times, and every time I fell on the floor, my Apple Watch went off and said, "Hey, are you okay? You just fell. Do I need to call the cops?" Which I think it's something that the motorcycle community should really get on board with, because we go down. If I go down and I can't find my phone, or I can't find the screen breaks, I can't see it, broke my hand, I can't do certain things, this thing's automatically going to call the cops if I fall and I don't respond to it. It gives you 15 seconds of going, "Are you okay? If you're okay, turn off the emergency thing. Otherwise, I am calling emergency services." That is amazing. Don't get me wrong, there's 2 or 3 features that were on the iPod Nano that still have yet to integrate into an Apple Watch. But I'll forgive them for that. Another conversation, another time. I don't understand why everybody gives me so much grief for eating. I'm hungry. I need to live. Everybody eats. One of the cheese pox, I guess. Double the extra cheddar. Product placement.
So call or click now. Here's how to order.
The general gist of what I'm trying to say is that there are things out there that I see that I'm like, hey, that really works well on motorcycles. Or there's something that I'll see for motorcycles that's slightly expensive, and I just wonder, is it worth the price? Is it quality? Because I'm okay with spending the money as long as it's worth the money. And I feel like there's a lot of people out there who have that curiosity. There's a reason certain backpacks cost $200. Most of them have a purpose and a rhyme and reason. That camera backpacks always they're all expensive for a reason. It's protecting thousands of dollars worth of equipment. It's purpose built for camera people. It keeps your camera safe. It's purpose built for camera people. But is it something that I can integrate to me as a vlogger on a motorcycle? I have this question 10 times a day. GoPros have become a quintessential riding necessity for a lot of people who have motorcycles. Just like dash cams have become a regular thing that you see in most people's cars. Most people who buy GoPros buy them for one of three reasons. One, to relive that amazing journey they just took. Two, insurance purposes. It's just a dash cam. It's like, it makes the person who's right next to me, when they see a camera on my helmet, they do typically think a little bit more about just being a dickhead and just ramming into me. I've seen people look over, see the camera, and back off. I've seen it happen. It does happen. It's a small percentage, but it does happen. And number three, you got idiots like me trying to make a living blabbering on the internet. That's not important, but people buy GoPros. Are there cheaper cameras? Yes. Do they serve the purpose that they need to serve? Probably. And for people who are just want to enjoy a journey, just want to capture a thing, there's certain cameras that, like, I'm a huge camera guy, and like there's certain products that I'll see out there and I'm like, this is perfect for the motorcycling community. For those people who want to capture certain things in certain ways, for those people who don't want to carry around too much equipment, the Osmo Pocket 2... The Osmo Pocket 2 came out, and I saw it, and I saw the features that came with it. The wireless microphone, the different camera lenses, the stability, it makes so much sense for the average person who just wants to take video at a bike rally, at a bike show, where they want to get the best image possible for the amount of price that they're willing to pay for a situation like that. But the problem is that the price tag of $500 really shunned me off. I'm not saying that it isn't worth $500. Is it worth it for me to spend $500 on a camera that I'm going to review, play with for a week, and then it's probably going to sit on my shelf? I personally think yes. I'm really curious. I really want to play with this camera. I really want to own one. I believe there is a purpose for it within the motorcycling community. But when I need to spend $500 on a new seat for the Sportster, or new suspension for the Sportster, or new gas tank for the Sportster, or a new Sportster, for me to spend the $500 on something that, which for the most part doesn't get much attention on YouTube from the motorcycle community, makes you question a lot of what you're doing and why you're doing it. I think people would rather see me put a LaPera seat on the Sportster than see me buy a $500 camera that they're probably not going to buy because they have no purpose for it. So the general gist of what I'm trying to say is here, I just don't trust myself. If I had more faith in myself, if I could believe in what I said, and I know what I say, I know that anytime I do anything, I always say it is my opinion, it is my bad belief, it is things that I am unsure of, but this is what it is to me. I always preface with things like that. I will never tell you that this is the holy truth of the universe and there is no other way of going around it. Nothing is written in stone, and everybody has their different reasons for different things. That's the world we live in, I guess. So it's just having confidence in my own knowledge of certain things. I am not a mechanic, but I am very handy capable. I will make jokes, I will make fun of myself when it comes to my own mechanical abilities, but I know that you put a wrench in my hand and you go A, B, and C, and A, B, and C will get done. I know that for a fact. I know how to use my hands for purpose-built situations. I just don't have the functioning mechanical knowledge of why a carburetor works, but you give me instructions and you give me a carburetor, I can make that carburetor work. That's just the facts of that. When it comes to cameras, I know a lot about things I don't know about. I have never held a cinema camera in my hand. I've never been around a cinema camera. There's a lot of cameras and a lot of lenses that I've never touched that I know and I have knowledge about. But it's one of those things where until it's in your hands, you don't know anything about it. I watched hours and hours and hours of YouTube learning how to function with a camera, how to film, how to make movies, how to do B-roll, how to tell a story. But until you are set with the task of actually having to make that knowledge come to fruition, you don't know anything without the muscle memory of physically doing it yourself. So, yet again, I doubt myself on knowledge that I have. I know how to grab a camera and how to review it. I know how to put it through paces that I want it to do in scenarios that I need it to do it. Does it turn on fast enough? How long does the battery last? Can I do certain things with it? Will it shoot at certain frame rates because I need it to shoot at certain frame rates because I got into this whole thing and I thought 24 frames per second, 24 frames per second, 24. I understand why that's a belief and why most people film in 24 frames per second. But when you're on a motorcycle moving at 60 miles an hour, 60 frames per second is your best friend. Trust me. You can still make your video timeline at 24 frames, but always shoot at 60 when it comes to filming on a motorcycle. That's just the hard truth on that one, in my opinion. Again, in my opinion. And that's what I'm saying. I believe in a lot of these things that I have beliefs about. I just got to get some confidence and start talking about it. I got to bite the bullet and do certain things. And so yesterday, made a phone call. I made an appointment with a psychiatrist. Finally going to talk to somebody. And hopefully, motivation is what I need. I feel like if I'm motivated, I'm confident in what I'm going to do. I don't need confidence. I need motivation. I want to take a motorcycle from Tampa, Florida, all the way up to Chicago, Illinois. I have 100% confidence that I can do it. I just need to make sure I have the motivation for it. And so on that note, folks, I got a burger steaming up my backpack. I am hungry. And for a lot of you complaining about you're always eating, guess what, guys? I'm human. I have to do it at least twice a day. But I'm not going to do it this video. I'm still going to do it, but I'm not going to do it in this video. I'll make an Instagram post. This burger sounds amazing. I want to find out a little bit of history about this burger spot. But that's where we are. Folks, you know how this works. Do not forget to like this video. Do not forget to subscribe. And as always, I'll catch you on the flip side.